Hey there, Brew Crew. Welcome back to Beer City Board Games. Today we are diving into the murky depths of the board game secondary market. We're talking about Grail Games, those elusive titles that are either out of print or ridiculously expensive or require you to sell a kidney to acquire. This video was inspired by Dwayne over at Blackboard Gaming, where he recently talked about 5 Grail games that he would love to find out in the wild. I'm going to link that video in the comments down below, and I highly recommend going to check that out. Now, for me, these are games that I desperately want to play, but I am also a collector of games, and so I'd really love to own them as well. But my wallet screams in abject terror every time I even look at them. So buckle up, because we are about to embark on a journey of board game envy. Here's my top 6 Grail games, starting with number 6. At number 6, we have Conquest of Paradise. This is a 4X game, explore, expand, exploit, and exterminate, set in the Pacific, where you control various Polynesian cultures vying for dominance. The gameplay is all about movement, resource management, and a little bit of good old-fashioned naval warfare. You're exploring islands, building settlements, recruiting warriors, and generally just trying to be the most successful Polynesian culture. This theme is really what got me interested in the first place. I find this period of human history incredibly interesting, and I'd love to learn more about it. Designed by Kevin Partland and published by GMT Games, Conquest of Paradise is supposedly a grand strategy treat. It looks absolutely fascinating, but finding a copy is proving challenging. I may have to settle for conquering my own living room instead. Coming in at number 5 is Nokosu Dice. This card and dice game is a trick-taking game with a twist, and you know how much I love those. During the game, you're going to be rolling dice and playing those dice along with your cards to win tricks. But the last die that you have left at the end of the round will show the number of tricks that you'll need to have won in order to score some bonus points. Designed by Yusuke Matsumoto and published by Endgames, Nokosu Dice is a great-looking small box game that is fun and strategic, but finding a copy here in the US has been pretty difficult. At number 4, we have Forbidden Stars. This is a Warhammer 40,000 game where you are commanding one of 4 factions, the Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, Eldar, and Orcs, in a brutal fight for a sector of space. Gameplay is all about building armies and conquering planets, and obliterating anyone who gets in your way. The game uses a unique order system where you place your orders on the map tiles, but they might not resolve until later, which leads to some really interesting strategic choices. Designed by Samuel Bailey, James Niffen, and Corey Konetska, and published by Fantasy Flight Games. Forbidden Stars is pretty highly respected for its asymmetric factions and strategic depth. It's just a shame that it clashed with Games Workshop and has gone out of print. Coming in at number 3 is Automania. This is a worker placement game where you are building cars, which is a theme that I really like, maybe because I live in Michigan. During the game, you are building up your factory board and trying to improve your factory's ability to make cars that are in demand, depending on the current market. The player who makes the most desirable cars will be able to sell them for the most money and earn the most prestige, which is how you win the game. Designed by Kenneth Mindy and Christian Ostby and published by Aporta Games, Automania is a fun-looking, medium-weight Euro game that also has an Automa opponent for solo play. Slinking into the number 2 spot, we have Dogs of War. Now, I don't know if this constitutes a cheat entry or not, because it has been announced that this game is supposed to be getting a reprint from Play to Z Games, which is news that I was super excited to hear. Dogs of War is set in a steampunk-influenced Renaissance universe. During the game, you are going to be shifting your influence and joining battles with the different noble houses and attempting to have them achieve victory. Your ultimate goal is to earn the most power by the end of the game. Designed by Paolo Mori and published by Cool Mini or Not originally, Dogs of War looks like a great medium-weight area majority game with elements of deception and betrayal that is a really hard game to find, at least for now. And finally, at number 1, we have Helvetia, you beautiful, unattainable beast. This game is a folklore-themed game with worker placement elements set in the Swiss Alps. The gameplay revolves around collecting resources, building structures, and populating your mountain village with charming characters, as well as marrying off your workers to other players' families for additional benefits. Designed by Matthias Kramer and published by Cosmos, Helvetia is a solid-sounding Euro game with a great theme and fun gameplay. Unfortunately, the sheer rarity of Helvetia is legendary. It was originally printed in 2011, and as far as I am aware, was never really easily available in the United States. At least not without a price tag that would make Scrooge McDuck blush. I may have to settle for admiring pictures of it online. So there you have it, my top 6 Grail games, a collection of titles that represent my board gaming desires and the crushing weight of my bank account. Now, I'd love to know, what are some of your Grail games? Let me know in the comments below. And if anyone happens to have a spare copy of Helvetia they are willing to part ways with for, say, a slightly used paperclip and a heartfelt thank you, you know where to find me. And until next time, let's get another round for the table.